Hey, today we are looking at how to record videos in 360 degrees so that you can watch them in virtual reality. This is honestly probably my favorite use of VR. I love using VR for a lot of different things. I love video games, I love experiences, concerts, so many different things. But being able to record, for example, the night that my daughter was born, and then being able to put on a headset and feeling like I'm in the hospital with my wife and with my daughter and being able to like relive that first night again, and same thing with my son when he was born, and even just like mundane days where I sort of record and something that seems like it wasn't that special, I'll go back and watch. And it's amazing. That's why today I want to talk about that because it's something that I'm really passionate about. I have the Insta 360 One X camera. So this is what it looks like. It's flashing because it's on right now. And it just, this is, I think, like 4 years old or so. And so literally all I can do is with this just sort of switch whether I want to take a picture or a video or some of the settings. Some of the newer ones, they actually have like a pretty decent display so you can sort of see what you're recording. So you don't need Wi-Fi or anything, but you can connect it. I'm assuming it's through like Bluetooth or something. But here on my phone, now what I can do is sort of like scroll. And so like there you can see sort of like my desk and stuff. So you can sort of see what it's recording, and I can like spin it around so that I can see sort of what the angle looks like in 360 and whatnot. And this is just a selfie stick. It didn't come with it, but it's one of the like screw-on ones, and it totally works. So, anyways, this is the camera, and so it has two like fisheye lenses, and so you can get it to just record like 180. And generally speaking, from my experience, just 180, the quality is better. But again, what I love about the 360 is you can look up, you can look down, you can look behind you, you can look like everywhere and like feel like you're there essentially. So now let's take a look at how this works. So essentially at the bottom here, it fits like a micro SD card. And so I have like a USB adapter that like fits the micro SD card. And so once I take the pictures or videos, then I put the micro SD card into the USB stick, put that into my computer, and then there's two things, or three things essentially that I use. First is this Insta 360 software, and I'll put a link in the description of where you can download this. So basically, all I do is I go to File and then Open Files, and then I find whatever video I want. Say I want this one. So I believe the gyro data is like the fact that it can move around. I just updated it, so it's giving me some options and all of this stuff. And so there I am. And if I turn it around, this is my house. You can see my daughter, my wife, my dad, my son, my mom. And this was for my birthday. That just sort of happened. And again, this is one of those special moments because you never know, like you might just want to experience this moment, right? But you never know when it might be the last time you see somebody. Unfortunately, there's been some like deaths in the family and stuff, and I think for that reason, especially, I like documenting a lot of these special moments because I don't know how long I have my mom and dad for, or hopefully nothing happens to anybody else from my family, like my kids and my wife. But even for me, right? If something happens for me, then my kids can watch this in the future and whatnot and be able to experience some of these things. And again, this is one of like my favorite things about the 360 videos is because I like my daughter is about to be 4. I don't let her use it very much at all, but I will sometimes put it on her, and she can see herself when she's like 6 months old going into the water at the beach for the first time, and her like tripping out like, oh my gosh, there I am like a little baby, and it feels like you're there. But anyways, um, we're like telling stories. We're having some pizza and some cake. I'm sick, which is you might hear my coughing. But anyways, so again, when you have the VR headset, you don't have to scroll like I'm scrolling here. You just literally like look around you and you can see everything. So anyways, once I like you can crop it here, do whatever sort of simple things that you want to do. Then you go to export, and then export 360 video, because there's other things that you can do that I don't really mess with. Like you can reframe stuff. So if I want to make this a flat video, I can say like, hey, for the first 10 seconds, record like this that I'm seeing. And then for the next 10 seconds, record like shift the camera so it's looking here, and then shift the camera so it's looking here, so on and so forth, right? But I care about the 360 videos. So I'm gonna go to export 360 video. I can just rename this to like my birthday 2023. Um, I leave everything pretty much the same. I do this AI effect that removes grain, and then it tells me that it's 6.52 gigs. I think, yeah, it's like a 4.5 minute video. And I just click start export. And then here it'll tell me sort of how long it's going. For these like longer-ish ones, it might take like it might take like 10, 20 minutes. I don't really keep track of it. For some of the shorter ones, it might just take a couple of minutes. Then after this is done exporting, there it is at 1%. Then I have this other thing, which I will also link in the description, which is injecting, you have to inject the metadata. I'm not going to pretend that I understand what a lot of this stuff means, but I understand what it does. And basically, this is the whole thing. So basically, what does this do? This is, if I upload the video once I export it as is, it's just going to make a flat video on YouTube. And that's all you can see. It's not 360. So you need to do this other step so that when you do upload it to YouTube, that it knows that it's a 360 video, that it knows to do the code or whatever for you to be able to look around. So I just do my video is spherical. Okay, so then all I do is click inject metadata. Okay, so once I click inject metadata, then I sort of just put whatever I want to name it. I leave it as injected because that way I know to upload this one and not the other one. I already had one like this, so I'll just name it too. Anyways, then I save this. So then I go to YouTube. Okay, so then once I'm on YouTube, then I click create, upload video. And then I just choose the video that I want to upload. Okay, so then once I select the video that I want to upload, it'll do that. And then this is usually where I delete the injected, and then I can name it whatever it is that I want. Standard YouTube stuff, right? Description. I just upload them into my 360 video one that I have. Do all of this just regular YouTube stuff. So I usually make them just unlisted, especially because these can be a little bit more maybe private or intimate, right? Like you're inviting people into your life a lot more so than just like on a phone. And so I usually mark them as unlisted. And then if there's any, like the one for my birthday, I'll probably put just for people to see as an example. Then I can mark them public or private. Or whatever, depending on how I'm feeling. But anyways, I usually just mark them unlisted and then send it to the people that I want to watch it. And then it's already uploading. It's already doing this. Once it's done, then all I have to do is put my headset on and then find the video, which I'll show you in a second what it looks like. Right, so over here I have a ton of screens and all that stuff, which is why I moved it over here. And so here are all my 360 videos and stuff that I've done. So when you first play the video, it's just gonna be like in 2D. You just, but you're like watching it all. This is basically the like spherical thing, right? But it's just completely flat. Like you can see my dad's arm right here, and my dad's over here, right? And so what you want to do is I usually watch this on the browser. The reason why is because if you use YouTube VR, there are all my screens again. Sorry. If you use YouTube VR, the highest quality is 1080. But if you use the browser, it'll do up to 2160. And so all you do is you go to full screen and then do VR 360. And so then now here's the video. And like I said, now I can literally look like up, down. Like there's my mom, there's my dad, there's my kid. There's my wife and my daughter and myself and the cake that my wife made me. So anyways, now I can press play. So my wife's trying to take a picture of us. And then now we are going to sing for my birthday. I'm making a face because my son is dancing over here. I can look at my mom and my dad. And then, of course, my daughter. wants to blow my kick. Yeah, so we do it together. So I get to relive this moment. It feels like I'm here next to my daughter, and like I can see myself, which is really strange. But I get to be here in this moment again and experience this. Like here's another one, for example, and this is a reason why you want the selfie stick. There, my is because if you don't have the selfie stick, you just see sort of your hand there. Um, yeah. So my 36 minutes ago, I think I said. So my son is 36 minutes old, and I can see my son again, right? He's only 36 minutes old. And like it feels weird because I was just here in this room 5 months ago, and now I get to experience this again. And so, anyways, I have a good chunk of these videos. Some of like my daughter had like a Halloween parade. My daughter was playing soccer. My grandpa singing to my kids for the first time and stuff like that when we went to Barcelona. And so some like beach trips and stuff. Here, let me see if I can get this one. So this is when we went to Barcelona, which is my favorite city ever. If I could live anywhere, it would be here. And I remember this day so vividly, but now I get to relive it whenever I want, of my daughter playing with bubbles. And there's my wife over there. She was pregnant. She was like 5 months pregnant, I think. Oh, so beautiful. I can hear the song. I was gonna say the only thing you can't feel is like the air and stuff, but I have my air conditioning on, so it sort of feels like I'm there still, even more so. But anyway, so you get a feel of what this is like. This is amazing. I can like I said, literally look up, down, look everywhere, to be able to see this stuff. So I hope that was helpful. I don't know if this will convince anybody to get one of these cameras. I think GoPro has some or whatever. I'm not sponsored by. I wish I was sponsored by them, but I'm not sponsored by Insta360 or anything. It's just me sharing my passion and my love for VR. For I'm not really into photography and stuff, but I'm into this. I love again being able to like really experience these moments and feeling like I'm there again. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Again, I'll put some links there that'll hopefully be helpful if you want to do any of this. But if you have a VR headset, I don't see why you wouldn't want to do this and get to relive those moments. And different people have different views. I know, especially with like people that have passed, there are these like experiences that people can sort of like have where have some of those experiences with the people that have passed, and it becomes obsessive. So like in that case, I can totally see that. But other than that, like I get to see my daughter again, like I said, the first night that she was born, and then she gets to see this stuff. I get to just watch these old school like videos. I don't even know where they are. They're all like in VHS tapes that we can't find right now. And so like to be able to like be there when you were born, like that is so crazy to me. Anyways, I'm sure you get my point. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. See you later.